Chapter 29. Discussion. From the previous chapter. Yeah, me too, but it seems that we have some guests coming, I said to her. And now she is confused. Here they come. 3, 2, 1. Boo thawed. Continuation from the previous chapter. Bestie. Did you make something delicious? Milm suddenly barged in. I nearly thought she was going to destroy the door of my house again. Good thing I made this house indestructible. If I hadn't, Velzard and Milm would probably destroy it every moment. Sigh. What am I going to do with her? No, I didn't make anything, Milm, and I didn't invite you in the first place, I said to her, and behind her, Guy, Velzard, Velgrynd, and Rammus came in. Rimuru. What happened? Why are you releasing your war like this? Rammus came shouting straight at my face. I was going to talk with Rammus, but Velzard came out of nowhere and started to spout some nonsense. Kuhahaha. Rimuru, I think the time has finally come. Now let's fight. I will show the world the power of me, the great mighty storm dragon Velzard-Tempest. Kuhahaha. He came into the room shouting like this. Stop there, Velzard. You are not going to do anything like that. Velzard and Velgrynd spoke in complete sync with sickly sweet voices, but their eyes betrayed their voices. They forgot their reason for coming here and started to argue with each other. Why do these dragon siblings always bicker with each other? What, sister? But didn't Rimuru release his ore because he wanted to fight me? Now he's giving excuses. An. Why are big sisters always scary? Let them be, and now could you tell me why you're releasing your ore like that? Guy asked, ignoring everyone. I can also see Milm looking at Chloe seriously and analyzing her. Who is she? She is strong, Noda. Milm said, and now everyone is looking at Chloe, and soon the entire room entered chaos. That's enough, guys, I said while releasing a little of my ore, and now I have everyone's attention. This is Chloe, my unknown student. And Chloe, I don't need to tell you who they are, right? I introduced Chloe to them and got a nod from Chloe for my question. What? Velzard was the first one who came out of shock and asked. Behind him, I can see that everyone is waiting for an answer. Well, she is, and with that, I started to explain everything to them. Time skip. After Rimuru explains to them and they calm down later. Right now, we are all sitting in the living room. I am sitting in the middle of the table, and in front of me is Guy. On the right side of me is Chloe, and on the right side of Chloe is Rammus. On the left side of me is Velzard, and on the left side of Velzard is Milm. And Diablo is standing behind me. On the right side of Guy is Velzard, and on the left side is Velgrynd. Rain and Miseri are standing behind Guy. So in short, she is your student from a different timeline. Guy asked this question to me for the 50th time. Yes, and from now on, she is going to stay with me. As I said that, Guy started to massage his head. Chloe seems happy that she is going to stay with me, while Velgrynd and Velzard seem to be in deep thought. Milm and Rammus are eating cookies that are on the table. They are acting like we are not present in the room, which is typical of them. So, she is going to stay with us, huh? Well, I don't have any problem with it, so she can stay here. What did Ciel say about this? Velzard gave his approval and asked about Ciel's thoughts. After the mention of Ciel's name, Guy shivered. Velzard is like family to Rimuru, and Ciel also lives with them, which is why they consider his opinion. Additionally, because he's close to both of them, they don't mind if he asks any questions, expresses opposing views, or even shouts at them. Rimuru acts friendly with people he's close to, like Guy, Rammus, and Dino. He also has a close friendship with Milm. As for Velzard and Velgrynd, their relationship is a bit difficult to express. All of the people present in that room, including Dino and the other primordial demons, are very dear to Rimuru. Well, she is not against it, so you could say she agrees, I said to Velzard. Then, I guess from now on, you are going to live with us. Kahaha. Velzard said, starting to laugh like his usual self without waiting for Chloe's response. Now that I think about it, the expressions that Chloe and Hinata made when they learned about me being the strongest were priceless and funny too. I still laugh when I remember their expressions. I have already told Hinata not to tell anyone about my identity. And even though she usually doesn't use her brain, I don't think she will disobey my order. So now the only people left are the ones here, Dino, and the remaining primordial demons. What to do? What should I do? Yeah, I will just tell them not to disclose my identity, and only reveal my title and race. Because when they meet me and discover who I am, their reactions will be priceless. Yeah, that will be good. But there is still a chance that Rammus and Milm might make a mistake and tell someone. So what should I do about it? Hey Ciel, do you have any idea? Sigh, Master, this is pure childishness. But I like your childishness, so I will tell you. And I like your maturity and caringness, you know. You don't have to say that. Embarrassed. Hahaha, teasing you is so fun. And your embarrassed face is so cute, too. Master. Scary voice. Sorry ma'am, scared. Just tell me already. Don't be like that, Master. We have all the time. Ciel, please don't test my patience because I have very little. Hi there now, don't be upset. I am telling you. I am not upset, and don't treat me like a child. Hi, my little master is growing happy now. And did master forget that master is above everything? What the master says and wishes becomes reality. So master just has to tell them what master wants, and it will become the law. And no one in its entire existence will be able to break that law. How did I forget such things? I think having too much power makes you forget small things like this. I think I have to make this law. Yes, having too much power makes you forget small things like this. But don't worry, master, because you have me. Yes, madam. You're the reason that I live in the first place. You don't have to be so cheesy, master. Embarrassed. Hey, I am not being cheesy, and saying this is also embarrassing for me. But I am only telling you the truth, And I literally mean it when I say I live because of you. Because if you hadn't been with me, I would have died several times up until now. Like when I fought with Carrere and Ultima for the first time, or like when I fought Guy and Diablo for the first time, or when I fought Velzard and Velgrynd, or when I fought Veldanova, or many more times. And even still, without you, I somehow managed to win those fights. I'm not sure if I would have been able to survive in the void because, after falling for you and after our marriage, you are the reason that I live. You're the reason I still live, because even if I somehow survived in the void, I'm not sure if I would ever come back from that void. I only came back because you were present with me all the time, You are the only reason for my existence. That's why, without you, I am incomplete. We are incomplete without each other. We cannot live without you, and you cannot live without me. We are inseparable, and together, there is no one in our entire existence who can even touch us. I live because of you, I survived in every condition because of you, and that's why I love you, my dear Ciel. You don't need to say all that, I know everything. It's the opposite of what Master said, because Master is the only reason I exist in the first place. If Master hadn't wished to have a skill that could respond, then I wouldn't have been born in the first place. And even after my birth, I started to observe Master, and from observing Master and interacting with Master, I started to develop my own ego. And later, when I became honest, was able to think freely, and gain my own ego, Master was the one who taught me everything about emotions. And Master always took care of me, always let me think freely, and always looked after me. And that's why I fell in love with Master. And because of that, I married Master, and because I fell for Master, I stayed for Master in the void. And Master is the only reason I exist. And after coming back, Master, we spent so much time together, and during this time, my love for Master only increased. I love Master's coolness, I love Master's childishness, I love Master's carefree attitude, I love Master's pride, I love Master's elegance, I love Master's power, I love Master's caring nature, and many more things. And because of these things, I love Master. Now you are saying stuff like this anyway, I think I should tell them not to tell anyone about me. Trying to change the subject because of too much embarrassment. Note: Rimuru is not a childish or dumb character who forgets things like his powers and other aspects of his existence. He is simply too powerful, to the extent that altering, destroying, and creating laws are trivial tasks for him. Typically, whenever he accidentally thinks of something he doesn't want to happen and it manifests into reality, it's Ciel who intervenes to alter, destroy, or, in some cases, create realities. Rimuru is exceptionally intelligent, second only to Ciel. His childishness, carefreeness, and inclination towards finding amusement in entertaining things are inherent aspects of his nature. This includes his tendency to act like a villain or an evil character, which stems from the very core of his being. However, Rimuru is also serious when necessary. His demeanor is shaped by his nature, and he maintains this balance between playfulness and seriousness. Yet, if something or someone does something he dislikes or obstructs his path, he can transform into a true monster, capable of destroying anything and everything in his path. Now that's enough talking with Ciel. She's starting to say too many embarrassing things. I should focus on these guys instead. Yeah, this will be good. I have something to tell you, I said to them, regaining everyone's attention. What is it, Noter? Milm was the first to ask. Yeah, what is it? Guy also inquired. The others looked at me, waiting for me to speak. Well, it's just that I forbid all of you to speak my and Ciel's names to anyone, unless I give you my permission or approval. You can tell them about my race or my title, like I'm a primordial demon, or I'm a true dragon, or I'm the chaos creator, or I'm the embodiment of nothingness. The ruler of the void, and I'm the king of all existence. Or like she is the queen of all existence and something like that, but you won't tell anyone our names. People will know that someone with this title exists, but they won't know that it's us. Understand? I ordered them, also releasing some of my ore. Okay, Guy and Rammers were the first to agree. I don't have any problem with it, so I don't mind, Bell said, and Grin nodded in agreement. I don't care about that stuff, but if Bessie says so, then I will do it, Milm said cheerfully. Me too. If Sensei wants that, then I'll do it, Chloe also affirmed. Don't worry, brother. I promise that I won't tell a single soul about this. Because I, the great mighty storm dragon Velzard-Tempest, always keep my promises, Velzard declared. Well, that aside, guys, do you have anything else to say now? I asked them. No, I don't have anything, Guy said, with Rimuru snodding behind him with her mouth filled with cookies. I have something. I have something. Milm suddenly shouted. What, Milm? Velz asked. I want food, Noder. So Rimuru, please make something delicious to eat, Noder. Please, she pleaded, giving me those puppy eyes. Damn, she's cute when she does that. Fine, fine. I'll make something for you. Happy. I conceded after being defeated by her puppy eyes. I want pancakes with honey, Noder. They taste so good, Noder. Milm requested. Okay, for you, pancakes with honey. Does anyone else want something else? I inquired, willing to prepare something for everyone. I want takoyaki, Velzard said, still engrossed in his manga. Damn, he's a true Sigma Taku. I'll eat anything sensei makes, Chloe replied. What should I make for her? I'll take some wine, Guy stated, seeming content with just wine. I want tempura, with raw eggs and some soy sauce, Grind requested. It seems like she still enjoys eating tempura. I want what Master is having, Rimuru chimed in, returning to her manga. Sometimes, I start to think that they're like a couple. They eat the same things, read the same things, and their chemistry is good. I wonder how they would act if they got together. I want to eat ramen with boiled eggs, Velz said. And she's also a good cook, and Grind too. And making all of this will take some time. Should I ask them to help me? Hey Velz and Grind, how about we make a deal? I said to them. If all goes right, then I won't need to do too much work. Haha. What is it? They asked in perfect sync. My plan starts now. How about this, girls? Whoever helps me in the kitchen will get to spend a night alone with me. I said to them. This will make them work. Aren't I a genius? Hahaha. I will help you. They said it again in perfect sync. Wait, what is going on here? I was about to answer them, but Chloe suddenly asked. Well, you see, we have a special kind of relationship, I said to her because I don't know how to explain this to her. What kind of special relationship? Chloe asked again, but this time in a sickly sweet voice. Well, you see, then I explained to her that our friends have a benefits relationship. But I love Sensei more than anyone. How could you do this with me, Sensei? First, you said you are married, and now you are saying that you are having sex with these two Chloe said, and now she is starting to cry. No. This is a problem. I don't want her to cry. Ciel, help me. If Master wants to marry Chloe, then I don't have any problem with it. What are you saying, Ciel? Yes, Master, I exactly said what you heard. Then how, what, and why are you saying this, Ciel? I mean, why are you giving your permission for me to marry Chloe? Besides, I respect her, and now I am starting to bond with her, but still, I don't love her. Yes, Master, I know that. But after doing a detailed analysis of Chloe Albert, like her past and other stuff, I have come to the conclusion that she is more than worthy to be with Master. Also, she deserves to be with Master. So, that's why I am giving my permission. I get what you are saying, but still, I am not in love with her. But now Chloe is going to stay with Master, and I am sure that in time, Master will fall for Chloe. If you say so. Listen to me, Chloe, because I am going to say this once. I said it to her with complete seriousness. What's up, she said, sniffling. Seeing the others already leaving the room, only Chloe, Velz, Grind, and I remained. You see, Chloe, right now I've only known you for a few hours and nothing more. Well, I'm starting to care for you and we're beginning to bond. I don't have romantic feelings for you. I don't love you at this moment, I explained to her. Her expression became even more on the verge of tears. But since you'll be staying with me, there's a chance I might start developing feelings for you as we spend time together. So, what I'm trying to say is, currently, I'm not in love with you, but I might fall for you in the future, I clarified. Now her previous crying expression has shifted to one of determination and motivation. If that's the case, then I just have to make you fall for me, Chloe declared. Her mood finally seemed to be better. I like this version of her. But until that happens, we'll maintain the same relationship that you guys have, she added, completely surprising me. And why weren't Velz and Grind surprised? I don't have a problem with it, only if Velz and Grind also agree, I stated my stance. Sigh, I knew this would happen eventually, so I don't mind, Velz replied. What does she mean by this would happen eventually? Me neither, Velgrynd also gave her approval. Well, it seems they don't have any problem with this, then I don't have any problem with it either, I added. Yada. Yay. Now the only thing left is to make Sensei fall for me. Chloe exclaimed cheerfully. She seemed happy. Now that everything's settled, how about going to the kitchen and making food? I reminded them that we still had cooking left. Yeah, let's do it. I'll do my best and make something good for Sensei, Chloe said, and we headed towards the kitchen. Chloe currently has 2 ultimate skills. Space-Time King. Yog Sothoth and Hope King. Cereal. She acquired Yog Sotha Thin Envol 11 with the assistance of Rimuru, through the evolution of her previous unique skills, combined with the integration of Hinata's unique skill. Later in that volume, she obtained Ciel from Granbell. Chapter 30. Fight between the ruler of Void and his unknown student. From the previous chapter. Yeah, let's do it. I'll do my best and make something good for sensei, Chloe said, and we headed towards the kitchen. Time skip. One good and happy meal later. Now that eating food is done, I should ask for a duel. But before that. Hey, Ciel, what did you exactly mean when you said her and her ultimate skills evolution? I get it about her skills evolution, but I don't get it about her evolution, because right now she is a true hero, which means her race is divine human, the highest race that a human can evolve into, and she can't change her race either, so how will she evolve further? About that, master, her evolving means she and Manas Chrono will become one. What did you mean by that? I asked her that because I don't get what she means by becoming one with Manas. Initially, Chrono was Chloe's negative emotions and memories, which can also be said to be her other personality, embodying her mature self. Later, she became a Manas. By evolving, it means she will accept her other self, in other words, Manas Chrono, and become one with it. Then, she will have complete control over her body, mind, power, and spirit. She will become stronger, losing most of her childishness and becoming a mature person, an adult. Note. Like in the LN, she and Chrono merged and became one in Vol 19 after the fight with Michael. And she became an adult in all senses. If you put it that way, then it makes sense. Okay, I understand now. Now I get it. It's like she will accept her other personality half and become complete. Okay, now let's do it. Chloe, now that everything is done, why don't we have our duel? I asked Chloe. Yeah, sensei. Let's have our duel. Chloe said it in a fully motivated and determined voice. It seems our little conversation has caught everyone's attention. What? Now you're going to fight her? Guy asked in an exasperated voice. Well, yeah. I want to see how strong she really is, I calmly replied to him. You know what? Do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. Guy said, finally giving up. If you're fighting, then this fight will be interesting. I'd like to watch that, Velz said, with Grin nodding in agreement. But I want to fight too, Milm suddenly exclaimed. Yeah, me too. I also want to show my new moves to Rimuru, and then this world will witness the power of the great mighty storm dragon, Velzard Tempest. Kuhahaha. Velzard chimed in, starting to do his usual Velzard things. Yeah, master, go and show this world your power. Ramrus added, just adding fuel to the fire. Sai, what am I going to do with these problem children? I'm going to fight Velzard after 1700 years anyway, so I might as well fight Milm. If I didn't fight her, she might become angry with me and throw a tantrum. Yeah, it will be good. I also haven't fought someone strong for some time, so I think this will be a good idea. It will also give me a good fight. Even though it won't be a challenge, they are still decent opponents. Calm down, guys. I will fight both of you. But not now, maybe after 1700 years, I told them. Really, Noda? Milm asked. Yeah, for real. I said, smiling at Milm. Really real. Really, really real. Milm seemed to not believe me. Yes, for really, really, really real, Milm. And why does it seem like you're not believing me? Aren't we best friends? I said to Milm, but I said the last part in a disheartened voice. It's not like that. I was just excited. Yeah, just excited. So don't be sad. Please. Milm said in a panicked voice. Haha, too easy. No, I am not sad, Milm. How can I ever be sad with my best friend? I said to her in a reassuring way. Yeah. You have to prepare yourself, Rimuru, because even if we are best friends, I won't go easy on you. Milm said in full excitement, her auras starting to leak. Yeah. Me too. But don't worry, if I see that you are starting to lose, I will go easy on you. So don't worry, your brother will always protect you. Velzard boasted, with a hint of arrogance in his voice. What is he saying? Is he an idiot? How could I forget that Velzard has been an idiot from the beginning, and even though he has started to act like a mature person, he is still my idiot brother. I should also add something, this will be fun. Hahaha. Don't worry. Even though I will fight you without considering you as friends and fight you fairly, I won't erase your concept. Most likely, I will just kill you, nothing more. So there is no need to worry. Right, Velzard and Milm. I said this to them while releasing some of my ore. Hahaha, now they are looking like they have seen a ghost or something. Hahaha, this is so funny. Hahaha. You don't have to be serious, Rimuru. Velzard said to me, his voice shaking. Yeah, you don't have to, Milm added, also sounding shaky. Hahaha, this is so fun. I think this will be enough for now. Calm down, guys. I was just joking. You don't have to be scared of me, you know. I will never harm my friends unless they do something to deserve it, I said to them. I was not scared, you know. I was just thrilled and excited by the thought of fighting you. Kuhaha, yeah. That's it. I was just thrilled and excited. Velzard said, trying to show me that he wasn't scared. Yeah, me too. I'm also not scared because I know that my bestie will never hurt me. And I'm not like this Velzard here, scared of my bestie. Yeah, I'm not scared of you. Milf said, trying to cover herself. Hey, don't say something like that about me. Velzard said to Milf, accusingly. Hahaha, I just said the truth, you know, she replied to him in an innocent voice. Then why are you telling him all lies? If that's the case, then I'll also tell him about your prank that you did on him 730 years ago. Velzard said this to Milf competitively. As if I'd let you tell him lies, Velzard. Milf replied to him, and now they are engaged in an argument that turned into a small fight. Again, it's a good thing that I made my home indestructible. Sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing by introducing them to each other. Let them do what they're doing, and Chloe, let's go outside where we will have our duel, I said to Chloe, ignoring Milf and Velzard. But it seems the guy has something to ask. Well, Rimuru, not that I'm against you fighting with anyone, but I think your, Milf's, and Veldor's fight will destroy this world. So what are you going to do about it? Guy asked me. Well, his question is a valid one, but there's no need to worry because I already have the answer to this problem. You don't have to worry about that. I will just put a barrier around the world that will protect it and won't let it be destroyed. But I won't put a barrier on the country of that vampire who recently joined our Demon Lord Council, I said to Guy. I'm not going to put a barrier on that vampire. I think her name is Luminous. Yeah, Luminous's country because I want the same thing to happen to her that happened in my other variant's timeline. Actually, it wouldn't change that much if I put a barrier on her country too. But, you know, it wouldn't be that much fun if nothing got destroyed. And why is that? Guy asked me. I don't think he needs to know the reason. You will know when the time comes. For the time being, you should only know that when we fight, only her country will suffer damage and nothing more, I sternly said to Guy. Fine, fine. I won't ask. Geez, you are becoming more and more secretive lately. Guy said it in an exasperated voice. Messing with you is always fun, Guy. But don't worry, I will tell you when the right time comes, I said to him. Even though I am more powerful than him and I intimidate him from time to time, we are still old friends. So, no matter what, we always talk with each other in a casual way, like how two good friends talk. Okay, anyway, do you have more of this wine? Because I like this wine very much, so if you have some more, then I'd like to have some more, Guy said to me. Yeah, I have plenty of it. You can have as much as you want, and if you want, you can take some with you too, I replied to him. Actually, I have plenty of wine. I think 50,000 years ago, I made some grapes and put those grapes through the fermentation process to become wine. And now, I have enough of that wine that even if all the people in the world drink twice as much of it per day, it won't finish anytime soon. Then I would like to take you up on your offer. Okay then, Rain and Misseri, make sure to take some of the wine before we leave for our place, Guy said to me, and ordered Rain and Misseri. He has taken quite a liking to wine. A good thing we all have abnormal condition nullification, or else he would be seriously drunk already, because he has already drunk more than 15 bottles of wine. Also, Guy, don't invite too many weak people to our Demon Lord Council, because when I met Dino last time, he told me that this new vampire, I think her name is Luminous Valentine, is not that strong. And the other one, he's a giant, right? His name is Daggerel, and Dino is currently staying there. About him, Dino told me that he is decent. So, you should see how strong they exactly are before inviting them, because people might think of us as a bunch of weaklings, just because of a few weak individuals who joined us, and I don't like that. Make sure they are at least decently strong, I said to Guy. I mentioned this because I don't want people to perceive us as weak just because of a few individuals. Not everyone is like us, you know. It's difficult for other races to become as strong as us. You are a different case, and the people under you are also a different case. Being connected to you makes them stronger because you tend to do some unusual things that make them different from others. For example, me, Diablo, other primordial demons, true dragons, Rammus, Dino, Milm, etc. They might possess a demon lord seed, but they are not capable of gathering sufficient souls to evolve. And also, Luminous possesses a demon lord seed. I'm sure she will evolve in the next 1,500 years. But I'll take your advice because I also don't want people to think of us as weak just because of some individuals, Guy replied to me. That's fine with me. And about Luminous, she will awaken before this week passes. So, don't worry about her, I said to Guy. If you are saying this, it means you have something to do with this, and right now, I don't have enough strength to argue with you. So, I'll just pretend you didn't say anything, and I didn't hear anything, Guy said, taking a sip of his wine. Well, I don't have a problem with that either. Putting those things aside, I think it's time for my duel with Chloe. Now that's settled, let's fight Chloe. I said to Chloe. Yeah, sensei. I'm also excited to show you my power. Chloe said, full of determination. Even though she has the body of an adult, she still acts like a child. Yeah, me too. I'm also excited to see your power. But we should head outside first, I said to her, because we can't fight in the house. Okay, let's go, she said and started to walk outside. If you guys want, you can also come to watch, I said to them as I headed outside. I can see that they are also following me outside. And now that we are outside, we should start our fight. But first, I need to make a barrier that won't let the outside world be affected by any destruction that may occur during our fight. Ciel, make a barrier that will minimize destruction and won't let it affect the outside area. Already done it, master. That was fast. We can start, Chloe. I have already deployed a barrier that won't let the destruction affect the outside area during our fight. So, you can go all out now, I said to Chloe. Just as I said that, she drew her rapier and looked towards me with eyes full of determination and admiration. Prepare, sensei, because I won't go easy on you, she said to me. And she is using her rapier, so I need to use my sword, huh? Third person Pav. Just as Chloe said that, she sprinted towards Rimuru, but he dodged her attacks quite easily. After seeing Rimuru evade her assaults, Chloe increased her speed and launched another attack. Observing Chloe's incoming strike, Rimuru considered drawing his sword. However, he soon realized that his current sword was too powerful for engagements like this. But he swiftly devised a solution. My sword is too powerful for battles like these. I know what to do. I need a new sword, one as strong as the others. In other words, a mythical grade sword, Rimuru thought to himself, as he continued to dodge all of Chloe's incoming attacks. With this decision in mind, Rimuru shared his idea with his wife, Ciel. Ciel, make a mythical grade sword for me. Yes, master. Just as Ciel confirmed, a mythical grade sword materialized in Rimuru's hand. The sword in Rimuru's hand now was a silvery black mythical grade weapon created by Ciel just moments ago. You don't have a name yet, do you? Then, from now on, you will be known as the Sword of End. The Tempest Sword, Rimuru declared. Just as Rimuru spoke, the sword in his hand glowed, and the previously silvery black sword turned completely pitch black in color. From the sheath, saya, to the tsuba and blade, everything about the sword became pitch black. Additionally, a keychain-like ornament appeared at the end of the handle, featuring a pitch black dragon. The dragon, with the exception of its golden eyes tinged with a hint of red, matched the sword's color. Moreover, the name the Sword of End. The Tempest Sword was engraved on the blade, adding to its mystique and power. Taking his new sword in hand, Rimuru drew it from its sheath. As he did so, the sword seemed to absorb light and space from its surroundings, emphasizing its nature as the Sword of End, capable of bringing anything in its path to its end. Observing Rimuru wield his sword, Chloe, who had momentarily paused when Rimuru created his new weapon, swiftly readied herself to resume the confrontation. Brandishing her rapier, Moon Mistress Chloe dashed towards Rimuru. Sensing her imminent attack, Rimuru positioned his new sword defensively, and deftly avoided Chloe's aggressive advance. Their ensuing clash was fierce, with Chloe unleashing multiple sword techniques learned through countless time loops. Rimuru, however, effortlessly countered each of Chloe's attacks, blocking or parrying them with ease. It was evident that Chloe's skills had been honed over a significant period, allowing her to fight Rimuru with speed and precision. As the battle intensified, Rimuru's strategic prowess and Chloe's determination created a captivating spectacle, drawing the attention of onlookers who watched in awe. However, even as they fight with immeasurable speed, Chloe is still unable to inflict a single scratch on Rimuru. This is because, no matter how much faster Chloe moves to Rimuru, she appears to be moving in slow motion. It's because Rimuru's natural speed is billions of times faster than anyone in existence, so everything appears sluggish to him. Thus, when Rimuru observes Chloe's incoming attacks, he effortlessly launches counterattacks without resorting to any of his skills. He moves only when necessary, his movements resembling a graceful dance. Rimuru makes only the necessary movements to avoid and block Chloe's attacks, giving the impression of a beautiful dance to onlookers. While it's true that Rimuru is more skilled than Chloe and possesses more versatile and powerful sword techniques, he refrains from using them. The reason behind this is that he sees flaws in Chloe's sword techniques. These flaws aren't significant enough to weaken her techniques, but they suggest room for improvement. In other words, Chloe's techniques can be enhanced to become even more powerful. Despite being engaged in a sword fight for over 2 hours, Chloe has been unable to even scratch Rimuru. During this time, Rimuru focused on blocking and parrying most of Chloe's attacks, occasionally delivering counterattacks with just enough force to inflict minor injuries. Meanwhile, Chloe attempted to unleash her ultimate skill, Space-Time King. Yog saw that multiple times in various ways. However, it had no effect on Rimuru. Her ultimate skill was linked to the elements of space and time, but Rimuru, as the ruler of space and time, remained impervious to its effects. Similarly, Chloe's other ultimate skill, Hope King, Ciel, proved futile against Rimuru. Ciel's main ability, life domination, was ineffective against Rimuru, who transcended concepts like life and death. After battling Rimuru for over an hour with no progress, Chloe created some distance between them and assessed her injuries. Small wounds dotted her body as she glanced at Rimuru, who appeared unscathed, as if he had just entered the fight. Frustrated by the lack of results, Chloe relinquished control of her body to Chrono, allowing her alter ego to take on Rimuru. Rimuru's flawless performance thus far left Chloe feeling disheartened, as she had hoped for a more impactful confrontation. Chloe, I had very high expectations from you, but it seems they were in vain, Rimuru expressed with disappointment evident in his voice. Rimuru's intention was to provoke Chloe and assess her true strength. He knew that people often fight with full force when fueled by anger or blinded by rage. His tactic proved effective, stirring a deep sense of disappointment in Chloe. While she could endure much, Rimuru's disappointment struck a nerve she couldn't bear. Chloe refused to accept Rimuru's assessment. Meanwhile, Chrono, driven by Chloe's negative emotions and memories, was even more furious and frustrated. Rimuru's words ignited a new fire of determination and motivation within Chloe. She vowed to make Rimuru acknowledge her, igniting a surge of determination within her. With newfound resolve, Chloe launched herself at Rimuru with unprecedented speed, surpassing her previous limits. Yet, despite her increased velocity, Rimuru effortlessly dodged every attack. He didn't counterattack, merely evading each strike with apparent ease. His actions seemed almost pitying, further fueling Chloe's frustration. As the battle unfolded, Chloe found herself growing increasingly frustrated with her inability to land a single blow on Rimuru. If you're going to do the same thing again and again, then you're not worth my time. So, in that case, I would like to end this fight right here and right now. Rimuru declared this to Chloe. After saying that, he brought his sword in front of him to attack her. He made this attack powerful enough to damage Chloe, but not powerful enough to kill her. Even if she were to take this attack without any resistance, she would survive with some injuries. Actually, Rimuru said this because Ciel had told him that Chloe was almost ready to evolve, and she needed only one final push acknowledgement from both Chloe and Chrono. His attack was perfect for this purpose. However, to Chloe, it seemed like she would not survive this attack. After hearing Rimuru's words, Chloe activated the suspended world in hopes of stopping Rimuru or at least stalling for some time. But her hopes were utterly crushed because stopping time had no effect on Rimuru. He did not stop or even slow down for a millisecond, he continued his attack relentlessly. Faced with Rimuru's unyielding assault, Chloe turned to Chrono for support. Recognizing Chrono's greater power and skill, Chloe sought unity in their effort to survive. We both need to give our all, Chrono, or we won't make it through this attack. Chloe urged her. Yes, Chloe, we need to give our all, Chrono agreed. For the first time, Chrono also agreed with Chloe. Before becoming Mones, Chrono had always wanted to go on a rampage and destroy everything, finding calm only in Rimuru's presence. However, after evolving into a Mones, she gained more control over herself, and no longer went on rampages. But still, she and Chloe didn't have a very strong connection with each other like Rimuru and Ciel. But now, for the first time, they both acknowledged each other. They recognized that, in order to survive, they needed each other. And this was the final push they needed to evolve, a push they received from Rimuru. And seeing the time, Ciel made her move. Rimuru Pov. My previous mucking of her seems to have had a positive effect. Her speed and power have increased more than twice, and she has been constantly improving her sword skills too. Master, Chloe is just one step behind evolution. She needs one final push, and to do that, Master needs to provoke her a little more. I see. In that case, I know exactly what to do. If you are going to do the same thing again and again, then you are not worth my time. So, in that case, I would like to end this fight right here and right now. I said to her. I am sure that it will do the job. Also, this fight is becoming boring. I should just finish this fight. With that in mind, I brought my sword in front of me and prepared myself to end this fight. The attack that I am going to use on Chloe is not that powerful. It will only injure her a little, but she will survive, so there is no need to worry about anything. Her expressions have changed to a more determined and mature one. I think this is what Ciel said. Wait, it's Ciel who said she is ready to evolve, which means she is going to intervene and do something unexpected with her. Ciel, before you do anything, tell me what you are going to do. I am going to create a soul corridor with Chloe and give her some part of Justice King. Michael, which is needed to integrate her current ultimate skills and evolve her ultimate skill into a God series skill. Okay, then do it. I thought you were going to change her race or something. No, Master, I am not going to do something like that. I am just going to help her take an optimal path to evolve. And something more, a little. Hi. I know that you won't do anything absurd like evolve her into the Supreme Chaos Divine Spirit or something like that, right? Right, Ciel. Am I right? Ciel. Sorry, Master. It's just that she is in the perfect condition to do this experiment. Also, if in the future you two become closer, then she needs to become at least true dragon level. Only then will she survive. Trying to come up with excuses. And, you know where, right? Sai, what am I going to do with you, Ciel? Well, if you want to do it this much, then I give you my permission. Thank you, Master. Well, I can't do anything about it. If I didn't give my permission to Ciel, she might make me sleep on the sofa. And I would let her do this rather than sleep on the sofa. I think Ciel has done her job already. Now the only thing left is Chloe's evolution. Third person Pav. After concluding her conversation with Rimuru and observing Chloe's dire situation, Ciel made her move. Chloe currently finds herself in a state of crisis, deeply affected by her mentor's disappointment. The person she admired most, Rimuru, was disheartened with her performance. This dissatisfaction weighed heavily on Chloe. She detested the idea of disappointing Rimuru, longing instead for his acknowledgement. In this vulnerable state, Chloe heard a voice offering to make her stronger. Strong enough, it promised, for Rimuru to recognize her. The sudden appearance of this voice caught Chloe off guard, putting her on high alert. Despite sensing no malicious intent, Chloe couldn't bring herself to trust the unknown speaker. She bombarded the voice with rapid-fire questions. Who are you? What are you? Where are you? How are you able to communicate with me like this? And when you mention it, master, are you referring to sensei? Chloe's inquiries poured out in quick succession. In response, the mysterious voice identified itself with authority and dominance. I am Ciel, Ciel-Tempest, the wife of the supreme deity. I am the queen of all existence, the one who can create anything, and the wisest being in the entire creation. I am the embodiment of everythingness. The goddess of knowledge and wisdom, Ciel-Tempest. Ciel introduced herself to Chloe in a fully authoritative and dominant tone, unmistakably asserting her superiority. AN women's are hard to understand. You are Sensei's wife. Chloe exclaimed in complete shock. Yes, now tell me, do you want to become strong? Strong enough to gain acknowledgement from the master? Ciel inquired once again. Yes, I want to become strong. I want to become strong, and I want Sensei no Rimuru-san, to acknowledge me. Chloe spoke to Ciel in a determined voice, the previous childishness gone from her tone as she spoke with newfound maturity. Chloe's voice held determination as she acknowledged Ciel's assistance. The uncertainty of before had vanished, replaced by a sense of purpose and resolve. Initially, Chloe was hesitant to accept Ciel's offer. Rimuru had once told her, never take anything for granted, because things that come for free don't last long. However, upon learning that the unknown voice belonged to Rimuru's wife, Ciel, she changed her mind. Accepting the offer seemed more reasonable since Ciel's connection to Rimuru meant he was aware of her actions. This implies there must be a reason behind it all, prompting Chloe to trust Ciel and accept the offer. I see. In that case, your wish shall be granted, Ciel declared. True to her word, she provided Chloe with the necessary means to enhance her strength. And just like Ciel planned, she gave the necessary part of Justice King, Michael, to Chloe. Then Chloe heard the voice, and that voice belonged to the voice of the world. In the LN, Chloe took only part of the Michiel because, after taking the parallel existence of Michiel, there was still Mona's Michiel existing. Also, in LN Vol. 20, it is stated that Feldway is the current holder of Michiel. So, in other words, Chloe only took some part of Michiel from its parallel existence. In the suspended world, the voice of the world said, it is confirmed that the three elements of courage, hope, and justice have been gathered in individual Chloe Aubert. Thus as the voice of the world announced, Chloe's body started to glow slightly. Her appearance started to change. This fills in the missing elements of the ultimate skill Hope King. Serial and begins the complete integration into the ultimate skill Space-Time King. Yog-Sothoth. Ultimate skill Space-Time King. Yog-Sothoth has fully evolved into ultimate skill Space-Time God. Yog-Sohertz. Upon order of Goddess Ciel, further evolution of individual Chloe Aubert will begin now. Successful individual Chloe Aubert has been evolved. The evolution was completed. It was already obvious that, due to Ciel's interference, the evolution had been significantly enhanced without explanation. Inside Chloe, the ultimate evolution had taken place without her even being aware of it. As her evolution began, Rimuru stopped his attack and observed Chloe. Now, after her evolution, he looked towards Chloe and asked, Chloe, are you okay? How are you feeling? Rimuru knew that Chloe was okay, and that the evolution went well. Moreover, with Ciel supervising her evolution, there was no way she would be harmed. Nevertheless, he felt the need to ask her. Correct the grammatical, spelling, and punctuation mistakes, add necessary punctuation, and make appropriate paragraphs. Also, improve the sentences for clarity and flow. Rimuru Pav. Chloe, are you okay? How are you feeling? I asked Chloe. I knew she wasn't harmed, and the evolution process went well. When Ciel supervises something, the chances of any problems are negligible. But still, I felt like I should ask her. Yes, Rimuru-san. I feel like I've truly become one with Chrono, Chloe replied to me in a calm and soft voice. After witnessing the change in Chloe firsthand, I was sure she was fine. I could no longer sense the presence of Mona's inside Chloe, indicating that Chrono and Chloe had become one. Her childishness had disappeared. Now she looked more mature, but I could still see some faint traces of childishness, as if she had become an adult, but retained some of her childish traits. Her voice had also changed. The The previous childishness had been replaced with maturity and calmness, and it now had a seductiveness that reminded me of an adult woman. Right now, she is wearing a white cape dress over a long-sleeved black shirt, with a black corset atop the dress, and a black waist cape attached to it. Additionally, she wears white gloves with a gauntlet glove on her left hand, white and blue boots, black spats, and a ruby necklace. Her clothes serve as part of her armor, which is also a mythical grade armor named Divine Male, LN clothes. She now looks like an adult woman, aged between 20 and 22, with black hair tied in a side ponytail that reaches her mid-back. Her face has become more mature and seductive, yet it still retains the original essence of a delicate and quiet girl. Her breasts have also increased in size. Now, they are bigger than a teacup, though not as large as Velzard's and Velgryn's. She has well-toned long thighs. All in all, she has become a beauty equal to Velzard and Velgrynd. But still, they are nothing compared to Ciel. Now, she looks like this. Yep, I can clearly say that she and Chrono have become one because these characteristics are Chrono's. And now she looks like a combination of both herself and Chrono. In other words, she has become compliant. CHU. Chloe moved faster than before, and something soft touched my lips. It was her lips. It happened because she kissed me. I was able to see that Chloe was coming towards me to kiss me, and I could move and avoid that kiss without any problem, but my body didn't move. No, I wanted to move, but it felt like I shouldn't move. No, I wasn't able to move. Yeah, I wasn't able to move. Yeah, let's go with it. It felt good, though. Chloe, why did you do that? You shouldn't do something like this without permission. I yelled at Chloe. I don't think I am eligible to tell this to her because I didn't move, and I didn't avoid her either, but I feel like I should have said this to her, or else people might point questions at me. And just as I thought, my yelling didn't affect her, not even the slightest. Yufu, I am an adult now. So there is no problem, she said, still in her own world. That's enough, Chloe, because the real battle starts now. I said to her. It is for people who think that Rimuru is a lolicon. Hey guys, if you think that Rimuru is a lolicon, then you are wrong because lolicon is a term used to describe adult male attraction to pubescent and prepubescent females. Or to describe feelings of love and lust for young girls over adult women. Or often used to describe desires for young or young-looking girls. Which means you are wrong. Chloe is not a prepubescent female, she is an adult woman. Also, she is not a young girl, she is a fucking adult with an age of more than 2000. This is confirmed in the LN. And if you are trying to say that she looks like a young girl, then you are wrong because in this chapter, I have described that Chloe is a 22-year-old looking adult woman. And even after this, there are some people who will say that Chloe is Rimuru's student, and that's why he is a lolicon. Then you are also wrong here because in my fanfic, Rimuru met Chloe just a few hours ago, and not even one complete day has passed since their first meeting. So, in other words, in my story, Chloe is not Rimuru's student. Which means he is not a lolicon. And even after this, if you are still saying that Rimuru is a lolicon, then I can't do anything about this, so go fuck yourself. Chapter 31. Time passed by like nothing in the calm before the storm. Rimuru Pov. It has been approximately 1700 years since I first met Chloe. Time sure passes like nothing. Many things have happened in this much time. In the fight that Chloe and I had when we first met, Chloe exceeded my expectations. I thought that after her evolution, she would become as strong as Velgrynd or slightly stronger than her, but she has become as strong as Velzard, Guy, and Diablo. When I first saw her stats after her evolution, I was also surprised by her growth. Ciel really overdid it with her. Well, I can't do anything about it. But more than that, I was shocked to see how powerful her skill truly is. She has one of the most powerful skills. Her skill is like this. Ultimate skill. Space-time God. Yog Sohertz. Sub-skills. 1. Thought acceleration. Accelerates the user's thought processing speed up to a factor of millions of times. 2. Analytical appraisal. Analyzes and assesses the target. 3. Chant annulment. Eliminates the need for chanting when using magic. 4. All of creation. The ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomena in this world. 5. Space-time domination. It allows the user complete control over the elements of space and time, allowing them to perform space-time connection and instant motion easily. Infinite prison. It entombs the target inside an infinitely vast space for eternity, and prevents any interaction between the inside and outside. It doesn't weaken over time and cannot be damaged via standard physical damage. Moreover, the skills of the target are sealed along with them, making them impossible to use for the most part, though certain low-energy skills can still be used to some extent, if the target is particularly strong. 6. Multi-dimensional barrier. It is a barrier-type skill that achieves absolute defense through the utilization of an always-active multi-layer barrier, in combination with Dimension Fault, the upgraded version of Uriel's absolute defense. It boasts foolproof defense against physical, elemental, and emission-type attacks. Its performance is comparable to Michael's Castle Guard. 7. Time domination. It gives the user complete control over the element of time, allowing them to manipulate and utilize the element of time as they wish. 8. Robber. It allows the user the ability to copy and obtain the skills of those they are fighting. It grants the user the ability to steal power even from those weaker than the user. It also gives the user the ability to steal power from their opponents, effectively weakening their skills and magic. 9. Life domination. Its abilities include rewriting information about the soul and stealing the body's energy. After seeing her stats and skills and after my duel with her, I am now 100% sure that she is as strong as Velzard, Guy, and Diablo. It's because she has a barrier as strong as Michael's castle guard and her fighting skills, which she has honed for so much time. But the likes of milf and Veldor can destroy this barrier, and I am pretty sure that if Rammus fights in serious mode, she can also defeat her as well as destroy this barrier. Note: it is not the actual castle guard, but her barrier is comparable to Michael's castle guard. I think her barrier is this strong because Ciel gave her some part of Michael, which she later integrated into her previous ultimate skill. Then that skill evolved into this skill, which is why her barrier is comparable to castle guard. But with her ultimate skill, along with her sword skills that she has honed for so long, combined with her existence value, she can be as strong as Velzard and the others. But still, her becoming this strong is an accomplishment in itself. I am truly proud of her. I was shocked when I saw that in her stats, she had my blessing because I don't recall giving her my blessing, but Ciel cleared my doubt. She said that when she created a soul corridor with Chloe, it was possible to give her my blessing, and to evolve her into a supreme chaos spirit, Chloe needed my blessing. So, with Chloe's consent, Ciel gave her my blessing. And that's why Chloe had my blessing. Well, all that happened, and right now she's as strong as Velzard and others. Cool, right? But still, if you think about it, there is such a waste of potential in Rudra, because Chloe needed to evolve into a supreme chaos spirit in order to achieve this strength, while Rudra, still being a true hero and a divine human, and without being a supreme chaos spirit, managed to become as strong as them. It is quite a feat in itself. Truly, he has so much potential. I can bet that if he had had time like Chloe to hone his skills, he would have become so much stronger than he has become. And above all else, that idiot has given up Uriel for Michael. Such a waste of potential. Well, I can't do anything about it. After that fight, everyone left their place, even Velzard and Velgrynd left too. But before they left, they had a talk with Chloe. I don't know what kind of talk they had, and they didn't even let me hear a single word, but they let Ciel know everything. Why do women have such a difficult thinking process that their thoughts are hard to understand for men? And after that, Chloe snuck into my room, and then one thing led to another, and we had sex. Actually, before my duel with Chloe, we had agreed that I could have the same kind of relationship with Chloe, but I still think that we rushed it. Well, I can't do anything about it. That was in the past, anyway. And guys, you know the girls talk before their first night. And here is Chloe's first night, so they gave her some tips and left. And they left because they didn't want to get in the way of their new friend's sister's first night, in other words, Chloe's first night. Also, I am working on a lemon chapter, and when I finish that chapter, I will post it. After that night, we began living in the same room, and every night Ciel and Chloe cuddled with me. I feel like I am their sort of cuddling teddy bear. Additionally, Chloe and Ciel have made me stay in my child and teenage forms most of the time, excluding when we have sex, of course. My teenage form is around the age of 16-17 years. Slightly older than Demon Lord form. They've also turned me into their dress-up doll. Every day, they make me try different types of clothes. The worst part is that it's not only Ciel and Chloe, but also Velzard and Velgrynd. Well, as long as they are happy, I'm fine with it. After that day, I told Veldor to release his aura constantly. It's not all of his aura, but only a little, enough that it surrounds the entire Jura forest and no more. He's leaking enough of his aura that the entire world is aware of his existence, and they know that he resides in the Jura forest, and that this forest belongs to him. Also, it makes everything perfect, like when the time of my plan arrives, meaning when I start to build my kingdom, and when Veldor's disappearance becomes necessary. The things that are happening are perfect for my plan. Like now, if only Veldor would stop releasing aura and hide his presence, then everything would happen as it did in my other variants timeline. And, like when Veldor stops releasing his aura at the time when Canon Rimuru should have been born and hides his presence, then the world will think that he has disappeared or died, similar to what happened in the LN. After that, the story can follow the same timeline of events as in the LN, but with different events and storylines. After almost 1600 years, nothing particularly special happened, but one noticeable thing is that Veldor and milf started spending too much time together, and Rammus is with them most of the time. They told me they were going to create some combo moves and new techniques to surprise me. I am also interested in their new moves, which is why I didn't ask them too much about them. Another noticeable thing is that during this time period, Diablo and Guy had many duels with each other, but there is no clear winner between their fights. We can say they are equal in power, skill, weapons, and techniques. This equality is because Diablo can borrow turn null energy from me and use it, while on the other hand, Guy copied milm's magical breeder reactor when they were fighting. Although Guy couldn't fully utilize the copied ability, it doesn't even generate stardust energy. It can only create magic, not stardust energy. Even if it can only generate magic, Guy still wasn't able to fully utilize it like milm. That's why we can say that both of them are equal. I know that Guy copied milm's magical's breeder reactor because of the soul corridor that we have. Ciel can completely analyze anyone who has a soul corridor with me. That's why I know that Guy copied milm's magical's breeder reactor. Also, because I have authority over everything, I can analyze and find out everything about anyone and everyone just by looking at them. If I unseal my omniscience, then I don't even need to analyze them, because when I unseal my omniscience, I know everything. Chloe and Velz also had many duels with each other, and in their fights, sometimes Chloe wins and sometimes Velz emerges as the winner. So we can also say that they are equal. Another noticeable thing is that some weak people also joined us, while some left too. For instance, there was one person named Kazarium or something. Soon, he also died at the hands of someone. I think his name is Leon or something. Also, 100 years ago, Chloe left me. She said that initially, her soul was supposed to leave her body, and that Chronoa and Hinata's souls were supposed to remain in her body to fight Velzard, as always. This happened because originally her main body from this timeline was summoned to this world with her adoptive brother Leon Cromwell, who recently joined our Demon Lord Council. He is also the one who is going to summon Shizue-san. Don't worry, Shizue-san, I will save you. And when they were being summoned, due to some dimensional gaps, her body from this timeline was sent into the future, where she was going to become my student, only if I were reincarnated as a slime. She was able to stay here and avoid her soul going into her body in this timeline. Also, I can do that too. But she said that she wants to experience being a student of mine from this timeline as well. She said that because I am different from my other variants, or actually, my other variants are different from me, she wanted to experience being my student. I asked her multiple times about what she meant exactly because I don't understand the difference between me and my other variants, but she just said that she wants to and is going to do it. After spending this much time with women, I still don't understand how a woman's mind works exactly, except for Ciel, of course. Right now, her main adult body is inside my imaginary space, and only her soul is left in her main adult body. Meaning her core, material, spiritual, and astral bodies are inside my imaginary space, and the only thing absent is her soul, which is in her original body sent into the future. When I take Alice, Chloe Kenya, Ryota, and Gale from this timeline into the dwelling of spirits, I only need to bring her main adult body outside from my imaginary space. Then her soul will inhabit her core, material, spiritual, and astral bodies. In other words, she will again come back to her original adult body with all of her memories, powers, and skills intact. But after that, she will lose her original body, which belongs to this timeline. This will happen because her core, material, spiritual, and astral bodies are present there, and due to their strength, her original child body from this timeline will be absorbed into her adult body. Actually, Chloe didn't have a core before, and she only had material, spiritual, and astral bodies. However, after evolving into a supreme chaos spirit, she acquired a core for herself. And, like how Rimuru developed and acquired a core for himself when he evolved into a true dragon in the LN. And no, he didn't have a core before, and I am sure of it because I just reread LN Vol. 14/16 last week. Well, that happened approximately 100 years ago. Right now, I am sitting in my house, and Ramrus, Velzard, and Milm are also here. I am sure they will barge in here at any moment because today marks 1700 years since I told them that I would fight them after 1700 years. And here they come. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Sigh, I am tired of telling them not to cause chaos in the home. Rimuru Milm came straight on top of me, shouting like crazy. Hey bro, Rimuru Velzard also came behind Milm, shouting in his usual manner while releasing a lot of his ore. Hahaha, the time has come for the master to shine. Ramrus joined in with Velzard, boasting his ego. Sigh, I think I made the wrong choice by deciding to fight them. Well, I can't do anything about it. Since I have already promised them, then I have to fight them. What happened, guys? Why are you shouting? I asked them, standing up while gently taking Milm down from on top of me. I knew why they were shouting, but I decided to act oblivious to it. Well, how could you forget that we have our three-way fight? It's not fair, Milm started to accuse me. Yeah, how could you forget about our fight? We have prepared for this for so long, Velzard continued. First of all, I didn't forget about our fight, and we are still going to have it. And secondly, don't shout without any reason, I said to them. If you didn't forget, then why did you ask? Milm asked me, with Velzard and Ramrus nodding in agreement behind her. I just asked, that's all. And don't worry, we are going to fight today, Diablo, I called out to Diablo. Yes, my lord. Diablo appeared instantly and bowed. Go and tell Guy, Velz, and Velgrynd that I have called them, I ordered Diablo. I had called them because last time Velzard and Velgrynd came here, they said they wanted to see our fight. So, I told Diablo to call them, and if I'm going to call them, I might as well call Guy too. Understood, my lord. He bowed again and left. Why did you tell him to call the sisters and Guy? Velzard asked me. Well, Velzard and Velgrynd said they wanted to see our fight, and if he is going to call them, then I might as well call Guy, I replied to Velzard as we started to head outside. And that is a good idea. In this way, everyone will witness the power of the great mighty storm dragon, Velzard-tempest Velzard said, and started doing his Velzard things. That's not going to happen, Velzard, because everyone is going to watch me, and they don't have enough time to see you Milm chimed in and started arguing with Velzard. As if they can avoid my greatness Velzard replied to Milm in a competitive way. Take that, Milm. Master is the best, am I right? Master Rammus boasted, siding with Velzard. Yeah, Rammus, you are right. I am the best, I am the great mighty storm dragon Velzard-tempest after all, Velzard said, boasting himself. Waha, in your dreams, you too. That's not going to happen, Milm replied to them while floating in the air. And why is she capturing Rammus? That's enough, guys, we haven't started the fight yet, so why are you already fighting? I said to them that their constant bickering was irritating me. It's not me, Rimuru, it's this Velzard and Rammus. Yeah, it's Velzard and Rammus, Milm said, blaming Velzard and Rammus. No? You all three are fighting, so don't blame each other, and that's enough fighting for now, or else I won't fight with you, I warned them, as I am sensing that Velgrynd has already left the Eastern Empire. Now only Velzard and Guy are left. It seems Sister Velgrynd is coming here, Velzard also said. What? Aunt Velgrynd is coming, oh, please, not Aunt Velzard too, Velzard, please hide me, Milm said, starting to hide behind Velzard. Did she do something to them? What happened, Milm? Did you do something to them, I asked her, but I have a suspicion that she must have pulled some prank on them. Well, you see, I didn't do anything. It's all Velzard's fault. Yeah, he's the one who gave me that idea, Milm said it once again, trying to blame Velzard. Why do they always do that? If Velzard did anything that might get him scolded, he always puts the blame on Milm, and if Milm did something like that, she always puts the blame on Velzard. I didn't give you the idea or anything, Velzard said, accusing Milm. Yeah, Master didn't do anything. I was there at that time, and I saw all of it. It's not the Master's fault. Because I, the Great Spear Queen, will never tell lies, Rammus said, mimicking some old sage. Calm down, guys, and tell me what happened, I asked them. They told me everything. They said that one day, when they were relaxing after finishing making some moves, Velzard and Rammus were reading manga. In that manga, Velzard saw two women who looked the same, but had different hair colors, and he said to Milm and Rammus that if Velzard and Velgrynd had these colored hairs, then they would be so funny to see. After that, they imagined it and laughed about it for some time. Inspired by the pictures from that manga, Milm snuck into Guy's place and put the same color on Velzard's hair, and she did the same with Velgrynd's hair. And now she is afraid that they will find out that she is the one who pranked them, and that's why she is nervous about them. Sigh, how typical of them. Don't worry, guys, I'll manage everything, but only for this once, I said to them, because, no matter what, they are my friends, and as a friend, I have to take responsibility for their actions. Yeah, Milm and Velzard said it in happiness. Actually, there's no need to worry because they don't know that it was Milm who did this. So when they come here, we will pretend like nothing happened, and then everything will be fine, I explained to them. Actually, if they don't know that it was her who pranked them, then we just need to pretend like nothing happened, and there is nothing to worry about. And even if they find out about it by the time our fight starts, they can't interfere with it either. Which means they have to wait till our fight ends, and we can think of something till then. And it seems that they are here, I said to them, because now I can sense that all of them have arrived here. It's been a while, Rimuru Guy greeted me as he came towards me. Behind him, Velzard and Velgrynd also arrived. Well, they didn't greet me, but it's fine, I guess, because they stayed here for a week and then left last week, so I don't think there is any need to greet each other. Yeah, it's been a while, how have you been? I greeted him back, and later, we exchanged some pleasantries. It's already time for your fight, huh? Just thinking about it gives me goosebumps, Guy said, and I can clearly see excitement on his face. Me too. This fight will be worth watching, Velz also added. I am sure that this fight will be worth watching, but I am more interested in the moves that Milm and Velzard have made. By the way, where is Milm? I can't see her, Velgrynd told her thoughts about our fight and asked about Milm. Actually, when they arrived, Milm had gone into the house, and Velzard had shoved his face into his manga and was reading it. I don't understand how he is reading manga from this close. Well, she is inside the house, and I think she had something to prepare, but she will come in time, so there is no need to worry. And about the fight, that has to wait a little. I lied about Milm. Why is that? Velzard said it in complete shock. Well, first, I was going to tell him, but Milm suddenly came in front of me out of nowhere. Why, Rimuru? Why are we not fighting? Milm started to ask rapid questions, all the while shaking me violently. I never said that we were not going to fight, I just said that we have to wait a little, and a little means an hour or so. I told milm before she could make my milkshake by shaking me. That's it, we just have to wait for a while, then it's okay, I guess, milm said, finally releasing me. But why do we have to wait? Velzard has finally said something since his sisters arrived. Well, actually, it's about you, old man, I said to Velzard, and now everyone is looking at me confused. Don't tell me he did something that made you stop our fight. If that's the case, let me give him a good beating, milm said, and now she is ready to attack Velzard. Hey, I didn't do anything, we were together before we came towards Rimuru, remember? So how could I do something? Velzard replied to milm while he caught her fist. That's enough, you two. I am sure that Rimuru meant something else than what you think, Velz said, stopping both of them. Hi, and Velzard. Milm immediately stopped and saluted Velz. If you knew that you were going to regret pranking them, then why did you prank them in the first place? What about me? Velzard, the most confused person amongst them, asked. It's not that you did something, but it's something that you have to do before a fight, I told him. And now all of them are more confused than before. Let me explain. What we're going to do is first, Velzard will transform into his dragon form, and then he will attack that vampire Luminous's country. After destroying more than half of her country, I will come there and stop him. Then, after stopping him, I will stop the time of the world completely, which means not even the people who can move in the suspended world will be able to move. And I will allow only you guys, along with that vampire Luminous, to move in the suspended world. After stopping time, I will deploy a barrier over the world that will prevent any destruction that will happen during our fight. Then milm will join us, and then we can have our fight. I explained my plan to them. Ciel and I came up with this plan in our free time. We decided to go with this plan because it will make sure that only Velzard will be responsible for the destruction of Luminous's country. And after stopping him and stopping the whole world's time, including those who can move in the suspended world, we can have our fight without anyone interfering. And about making Luminous move in the suspended world, it's because I think that after seeing our battle, she might start to pay attention to her subordinates. It's because in my other variant's timeline, she didn't pay attention to her subordinates, and that's why her people attacked Tempest. So I hope she will change, and even if she doesn't, it won't affect me anyway, so including her is just like showing off our power to her. Who cares about her anyway? If they attack us even after this, then I'll just have to destroy them. Why is that? Why does Velzard have to do this? Guy was the first one to ask after thinking for a little while. Well, the future is interesting, and to make that future more interesting, Velzard needs to do this. So, does anyone have a problem with it? I told them while releasing some of my aura when I said the last part. Well, I don't have a problem with it. If you're saying this, that means you must have a good reason behind it. And an interesting future does sound intriguing, Guy said, somewhat scared or excited. Well, as long as he is in control and doesn't go on a rampage like before, then I don't have a problem with it either. Velgrynd shared her thoughts, and Velz nodded in agreement with her. I haven't gone on a rampage anymore, and as I recall, the last time I did something like that was more than 80 million years ago, Velzard defended himself. But a quick glare from his sisters shut him up. Well, if you guys don't have a problem with it, then we don't need to wait anymore, right? Then you, Breeze Dragon, go and do your job, I said to them, and after getting a nod of confirmation, I instructed Velzard to go and destroy Luminous's country. Alright then, let this world witness the majestic side of my dragon form, Velzard declared loudly, and started to release his aura. Soon, he transformed into his majestic dragon form. Velzard let out an ear-deafening roar. Hey, old man, don't destroy all of it, only half of it, I shouted to Velzard as he started to fly towards Luminous's country. Don't worry, brother, I know what to do, Velzard replied back to me as he increased his speed. It has been 15 minutes since Velzard left, so I think it's time for me to go and stop him. I'm going to stop Velzard, so in the meantime, you go and take Luminous with your people, I ordered. Is it necessary to take her? I mean, she's not that strong, Guy asked once again. Yes, it is necessary, I sternly replied. There's also one more reason. I want her to know that I exist, I mean, my title, and I want her to witness my power. So when, in the future, we actually meet face to face, her reaction will be fun to watch. Haha. Fine, I'll do it, Guy said in defeat as he prepared to leave. And you guys, stay with Guy. I mean, you all stay together, so it will be easy to put a barrier on all of you at the same time, and you won't be harmed by our fight. Milm, you can enter the fight when I stop time after stopping that old man, I instructed them. After receiving confirmation from them, I prepared to transform into my dragon form for the first time. Third person Pov. After receiving a nod of confirmation from others, Rimuru made some distance between himself and the others, and started to glow. Before everyone's eyes, Rimuru transformed into his true dragon form. His true dragon form looks like this. Rimuru's dragon form is pitch black in color, which shows nothingness, as if telling everyone that nothingness itself is insignificant compared to him. He also has some white, blue, and red dots on it, which represent creation. His shining golden eyes with a red tint radiate pure power that threatens their entire existence, suggesting that they will be turned into nothingness if he wishes it. As soon as he transformed into his true dragon form, the space around him started to distort, and time around his body stopped, as if showing respect to him. The world witnessed the glory of Rimuru's true dragon form for the first time. His dragon form is twice as big as Veldanava's dragon form. And Veldanava's dragon form is twice as big as the combined size of Velzard and Velgryn's dragon forms. In his dragon form, Rimuru covered the entire Jura forest, with some parts of his body extending beyond its borders. People all over the world could see his immense size. This day, the entire world witnessed the majestic sight of Rimuru's dragon form, which is mesmerizing to all onlookers. Seeing his dragon form firsthand, Velzard and Velgrynd were in awe, while on the other hand, Guy, Rain, and Misseri were just gobsmacked. On the other hand, Diablo sang praises of Rimuru's dragon form. After transforming into his true dragon form, Rimuru let out a deafening roar that shook the entire world. His roar alone caused earthquakes and disasters to erupt throughout the world. As he flew towards Luminous's country, the land below him tore apart, and the sky above him split in half. From this day forward, the entire world became aware of the existence of the fifth and strongest true dragon. Chapter 32. The destruction of Rubirios and the start of the legendary battle. Third-person POV. Image. There is a kingdom on the northwest side of the continent known as the Holy Kingdom of Rubirios. It is ruled by one of the demon lords, also known as the Queen of Nightmares. Luminous Valentine. Luminous is a complex individual, embodying traits of both goodness and evil, along with tendencies towards perversion, pride, and arrogance. At this moment, this demon lord is pursuing one individual with all her might. That individual is the great mighty storm dragon, the-tale-of-rimuru-tempest. She is pursuing him because, currently, more than half of her kingdom is destroyed, and the remaining half is being destroyed. It happened 10 minutes ago. Velzard suddenly appeared above her kingdom and started to destroy it, as if he were going on a rampage. Actually, she had received a warning from her good friend, also the true hero Hinata Sakaguchi, who also gave her souls to evolve into a true demon lord. And yes. Hinata had awakened during her travels, and she had told Luminous the canon story. Hinata had warned her that there was a chance the storm dragon Velzard might attempt to attack her kingdom today. However, she hadn't taken the warning seriously at the time. She believed that after evolving into a true demon lord, she would be able to defeat a true dragon. What a joke. Even with Hinata by her side, they were both unable to even scratch him. It's laughable how weak they turned out to be. The events unfolded so swiftly that she didn't even have the opportunity to witness the nature of Veldor's attack. 10 minutes ago, Veldor appeared out of nowhere above her city, and started to boast about himself for a good 8 minutes, and after that, he just flipped one of his wings, destroying half of her kingdom. Truly, he is a walking catastrophe. After destroying half of her kingdom, he merely observed, making no attempt to defend himself when they attacked him. He knew they wouldn't be able to lay a scratch on him. But 2 minutes ago, some invisible force stopped all of them. Not only them, but the whole world halted, their bodies ceased moving on their own. It happened because 2 minutes ago, the colossal dragon appeared above the Jura forest. No, the dragon was larger than the entire Jura forest. This dragon is pitch black in color, as if it's the embodiment of nothingness, proclaiming to all that nothingness itself pales before him. Moreover, it has white, blue, and red dots, as if signifying that it is both nothingness and creation itself. His shining golden eyes can be seen from Rubirios as well. Those who dared to meet their gaze found themselves frozen in place by an overwhelming sense of dread, for those eyes held the power of an infinite abyss. Like the saying goes, if you stare into the abyss stares back at you. Those shining golden eyes radiate pure power, so intense that time and space itself stopped to show respect for him. Just as that dragon appeared, everything around the world stopped on its own, as if it were the natural thing to do. Everyone, be they human, demon, spirit, angel, or monster, any existing or non-existing entity, kneeled. No, they didn't kneel on their own, their bodies kneeled without them being aware of it, and they did this to show their utmost respect for this dragon. It's like being in his presence is the highest reward that one can get. Their bodies understood that this is the supreme being they should obey at all costs, and that's why their bodies moved on their own and kneeled to show their utmost respect. Soon, this dragon started to move towards Rubirios. As he began his movement, the land below him tore apart, and the sky above him split into 2 parts. Disasters began to unfold all over the world. Before 5 seconds could pass, the dragon was already above Rubirios, standing in front of Veldor. Right now, in front of this dragon, Veldor looked like a bug, as the dragon was several times bigger than Veldor. Just as the dragon appeared in front of Veldor, Veldor said, "Kuhahaha. So, brother, you have finally decided to come here." Kuhahahahahahaha. Veldor declared loudly, his voice echoing throughout Rubirios. Now, the people in Rubirios understood that the new dragon in front of them was also a true dragon. Here, the existence of the fifth true dragon is confirmed to the whole world. It's because there is a myth from old times that states that there are not 4, but a total of 5 true dragons, and the fifth true dragon is the strongest and biggest among them. Sadly, there was no proof of his existence until now, but his appearance made it clear that he exists. This new dragon is the biggest true dragon, and the feeling people get when they see this dragon is akin to being in the presence of someone infinitely stronger than anyone else. When Velzard called this dragon brother, it confirmed that this is indeed the fifth true dragon. After hearing Velzard, the dragon opened his mouth to speak, and he said, "Yes, Velzard, I have come, and it's time for you to stop. So come with me, let's go." The dragon spoke in his angelic yet demonic voice. After the calming voice escaped from his mouth, the disasters that were occurring throughout the whole world stopped. But still, they are in the position of starting at any moment, as if waiting for an order. Rimuru. My dragon form is bigger than I expected. Well, is Ciel, because of her, I am able to transform into this form, so of course it's going to be big. You can praise me more, master. Hi. Well, anyway, Velzard had already destroyed more than half of her kingdom, so I think it's enough for now, or else there won't be anything left behind. So, brother, you have finally decided to come here. Velzard said to me. He seems happy. Well, he must be pretty excited that soon he will be able to go all out. Yes, Velzard, I have come, and it's time for you to stop. So come with me, let's go, I said to Velzard. His work is already finished, so there is no need to stay here anymore. Now we can go and have our fight. Yes, brother, let's go, Velzard said, and we started to head towards Jura Forest. We are going there because all of them are there. And I can sense the guy has taken Luminous to our place too. Ciel, stop the time, and make sure that no one besides the people we have selected can move in the suspended world. Yes, master. Now that time has stopped, the only thing left is to put a barrier around these guys, and then we can have our fight. Actually, I've changed plans. Before, I was going to put a barrier around the world, but now I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm going to put a barrier around only these guys. Then we'll fight, and if the world gets destroyed, I'll just make it like it was before, after Velzard destroyed Luminous's country. We have already arrived, so let's go and put the barrier around the people. Now why is Luminous unconscious? What happened? Why is she unconscious? I asked him while I was transforming into my human form. Well, she was cursing Velzard so much that it became so annoying. So, I made her unconscious, but don't worry, she will wake up before your fight starts, Guy replied to me, as if he hadn't done anything wrong. Well, not that he did anything wrong. If I were in his place, I would also do the same. Well, anyway, are you guys ready? Because I am going to put a barrier around you, and it won't break even if the world gets destroyed. You won't be able to go outside of this barrier either, I told them. As I was speaking, milf and Velzard separated from us and started to fly into the sky. Yeah, we are ready, Guy said, and all the others nodded in agreement. Okay, then here I go, I said to them, and I put a barrier around them. I also created some chairs and a table for them, because who knows how long it will take to finish our fight. Right now, inside the barrier, Guy, Diablo, Velzard, Velgrynd, Rain, Miseri, and Luminous are present. After putting the barrier around them, I also started to fly in the sky, and appeared in front of milf and Velzard. These guys have gone crazy because they currently have smiles on their faces that would perfectly fit a psychopath. Hahaha, Rimuru, the time has finally come, and now this world shall witness my greatness. Kuhahaha, Velzard said, releasing a little less than 14 of his aura and starting to laugh. Yeah, Rimuru, now give me the fight that I have waited for so long. milf said, also starting to release some of her aura. Fine, guys, then prepare yourselves because I won't go easy on you. I told them. Ciel, can you limit my powers to that of Velzard and milf's combined power? Yes, master. Done it. Now you have a little more power than the combined power of milf and Velzard. Okay, that's fine. The battle begins now. I have limited Rimuru's powers because if I didn't do that, then the fight wouldn't be that interesting. So their powers are like this. Velzard plus milf equals Rimuru. Third person POV. After finishing his talk with Ciel, Rimuru loosened his body a little. He did that because it had been a long time since he had a good fight, and he was preparing to enjoy it to the fullest. Here I come, guys, Rimuru declared. And before anyone could see, Rimuru disappeared from his spot and appeared in front of milf and Velzard. He delivered a hard punch to milf's gut, sending her upward, and followed it with a powerful kick to Velzard's back, sending him downward. The impact was so forceful that almost all of the bones in their bodies broke. After being punched in the gut by Rimuru, milf tore through the sky, ascending to heaven and crashing into it, destroying nearly half of heaven in the process. Meanwhile, Velzard plummeted straight to the underworld, splitting the earth into 2 parts, and demolishing more than half of the underworld. In the process, they killed almost all of the demons in the underworld, leaving only primordials and some strong demons alive. But it didn't affect anything because Rimuru stopped his entire existence. After hitting them, Rimuru released some of his haki and prepared for the fight. After recovering from Rimuru's attack, Velzard emerged from the crater that he had created upon crashing into hell. He let go of 1/4 of his aura, which destroyed the remaining hell and killed all the remaining demons, including the primordials. After regaining a good feel for his body, he started to head towards Rimuru at full speed. Meanwhile, milf also recovered from Rimuru's attack and transformed into her true form. She released 1/4 of her aura, destroying the entire heaven. When heaven was destroyed, all the angels, including the primordial ones, were killed in the process. After becoming comfortable in her true form again, she also started to head towards Rimuru. Both of them appeared in front of Rimuru at the same time and stopped. That was a good one, Rimuru. I felt that one. It's been ages since I felt pain. So now it's my turn to give you something in return. Velzard exclaimed to Rimuru, his excitement bubbling. Yeah, Rimuru, that was a pretty good punch you gave me there. It even bypassed my pain nullification. So prepare yourself because I don't like owing debts to anyone. milf declared this to Rimuru, brimming with excitement and anticipation for the impending battle. Bring it on, guys. I've been waiting for this for so long, Rimuru said, getting into a fighting stance. Just as Rimuru spoke, both milf and Velzard attacked him simultaneously. They attacked him with so much force that the shockwave generated from the collision of their fists destroyed continents behind them. Soon, they were locked in a three-way deadlock. Meanwhile, while they were fighting, things were unfolding differently with Guy and the others. A few minutes earlier, with Guy and others, Rimuru had just put up a barrier around Guy and the others before leaving to fight milf and Velzard. I am so excited to watch this fight, Guy exclaimed, his excitement palpable. Right now, Guy looked like a kid who was about to receive the toy he had longed for. Yeah, me too. This fight will be legendary, Velzard added, sharing her thoughts. I am able to witness my lord's battle. What kind of blessing is this? Now, I feel my purpose in life has been fulfilled, Diablo said in an ecstatic voice. No, Diablo, you still have to serve Lord Rimuru for eternity. Don't say something like that, Diablo muttered to himself, but everyone just ignored him as usual, except for one red hobo demon. Hey, you weirdo, that's enough. Don't infect us with your weirdness, Guy said to Diablo in a casual manner, as if he talked to him every day. It seems to me that you are unaware of Rimuru-sama's greatness, and I need to tell you about it, Rouge, Diablo said to Guy in a crazed manner. After hearing Diablo, Guy shivered because he knew that Diablo was a strange person, and when he started talking about Rimuru, death would feel like a blessing compared to listening to him. I know how great he is, and Guy was about to continue, but someone decided to intervene. That's enough, you two. We are here to watch their fight, not yours. Velzard interjected, her voice sickly sweet. Understood, Lady Velzard, Diablo replied, showing respect. Yeah, I will stop too, Guy also said to Velzard. Yeah, that's good, Velzard replied, taking her seat. Look, guys, he's about to wake up, Velgrynd said after seeing Luminous stirring. Where am I? Luminous asked upon waking up and sitting down. So, you have finally decided to wake up, huh? Guy remarked, noticing Luminous's awakening. Guy, where am I? And what happened to Riberios? Why are you here? Luminous asked Guy at a rapid pace. Rain, tell her why we are here and what happened to Riberios, Guy ordered Rain. Yes, Guy-sama, Rain responded and began to explain to Luminous. She told her that her country had already been destroyed, and now the Storm Dragon, milf, and the 5th True Dragon were going to fight. They were within a barrier created by the 5th True Dragon, ensuring their safety during the confrontation. If she asks something again, then it is your responsibility to tell her, because it was you who brought her here in the first place, Velzard said to Guy, trying to irritate him. Fine, now let me see the fight, Guy flatly replied to Velzard. Fine, HMPH. Velzard responded to Guy and focused on the fight. Note. They are friends, so they act like friends, trying to irritate or make fun of each other, etc. Nothing more, nothing less. Guy accepted her request and didn't argue with her further because he was giving his full attention to the fight. He didn't want to engage in a meaningless conversation and waste his time. He wanted to focus on the match in front of him and enjoy it to its fullest. Just as Rain finished explaining to Luminous, Rimuru punched milf and kicked Velzard. Damn, they're not playing around, Rain said in her normal, carefree, but interested voice. Since Rimuru had a talk with Guy 19,700 years ago, Rain and Miss Airy have had permission to act freely around Guy. However, they still don't act like it most of the time, except sometimes. And mostly, it's Rain. Well, for starters, it's not that powerful, but still, since Rimuru's attack bypasses the nullifications, that must have hurt them, Velgrynd said to Rain. Yeah, you are right, but I am sure that they didn't feel much and instead enjoyed it. If I were there, I would surely be dead by now, Rain replied to Velgrynd, and soon the two women were engaged in a womanly conversation. Guy, why don't you go and stop them? If they continue like this, the world will surely end, Luminous said to Guy in an authoritative voice. Listen, Luminous, if you didn't get who they are fighting, then let me tell you again. They're the daughter of God and the Destroyer, milf Nava. the great mighty storm dragon, Velzard-Tempest, and the one who rules over everything, the chaos creator, the embodiment of nothingness, the ruler of void. And I can't stop them because all of them are stronger than me, Guy replied to her. He was not ashamed or hesitant to tell her that these people were stronger than him. It's the opposite because the tone in his voice shows respect. So, he is one of the demon lords, huh? And didn't you claim to be the strongest demon lord? Then why are you saying you can't stop them? Luminous asked him again because she didn't understand what Guy meant. No, I am not the strongest. They're stronger than me. In fact, they're the strongest people alive in the world, Guy once again answered Luminous. What do you mean that they are the strongest people in the world? Luminous asked him again. Yes, they're the strongest people in the world. I am not sure that even if I gave my all, I would be able to make Velzard and milf fight me seriously. And to him, just thinking that I am able to scratch him is too much. Because he can kill me in more than a billion ways in the billionth of a second, Guy said to Luminous. What? So you are not the strongest? But if they continue like this, the world will end, Luminous finally snapped at Guy, unable to comprehend what was going on. Yes, this world will end in this fight, but there is no problem because he will make this world like before, like nothing happened. And it's not like it's the first time the world is destroyed anyway. This time, Velzard is the one who told her, but she said the last part in a low voice that only she was able to hear. From the beginning, you are saying he and him. Doesn't he have any names? Tell me what it is once again, Luminous demanded. No, we can't tell you his name, and not only us, no one in this world can tell you his name. And don't you think that you are becoming a little too bold, huh, Luminous? Guy answered her once again, while at the same time trying to shut her up because he wanted to focus on the fight more than talking with Luminous. And why is that? Luminous asked Guy. Because it's forbidden, Diablo said, opening his mouth for the first time since Luminous woke up. Hahaha, these guys are crazy. They just destroyed heaven and hell by releasing their hockey. Hahaha, Guy said, finally unable to contain his excitement while sipping wine. Impossible. That's the one word that came out of Luminous's mouth after seeing heaven and hell destroyed. There's nothing impossible in the world, Velzard said to Luminous, even though she didn't ask. And just in a mere second, Rimuru, Velzard, and milf once again engaged in a deadly three-way fight. I don't get it, why is his name forbidden to speak? Luminous was questioned once again. Because he said it, and his word is law. His word is absolute, and no one can disobey what he said, Guy answered Luminous. What is he, some kind of god or something? Luminous asked. No, he is not a god, Velzard replied to her. Then what is he, some kind of evil god or what? Luminous asked again. No, he is not evil either. He is neither evil nor good. He is just him, Guy said to Luminous. What do you mean by that? Luminous, confused, asked Guy. I mean what I said. He is neither good nor evil. He is not a god or anything, he is just him. He is there, and he will remain, he is the personification of power. He is above everything. He is the supreme deity. If he wishes, he can erase our concept just by wishing it. If he ever decides to destroy this world, then we can't do anything about it, we just have to accept our fate and embrace our end. And to him, we are just insects. So don't even think that you will ever be able to fight him. Guy answered Luminous. You're talking about him like you respect him a lot and admire him, Luminous said in wonder. Yes, I respect and admire him. And in this world, there are few people that I respect, and I can count them on my fingers. And listen closely because I won't tell this again, and I am telling you now just because I am excited to see the fight, and I don't want anyone to interrupt me. The people that I respect are the Supreme Deity, the embodiment of nothingness, the ruler of the void and the wife of Supreme Deity, the embodiment of everythingness, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom, the holy will of nature, the Star King Dragon, Veldanava, the great mighty Storm Dragon, Velzard-Tempest, the Destroyer, milf, the Sphere Queen, the Queen of the Labyrinth, Ramrus, the White Ice Empress, Velzard, the Primordial Black, Diablo, the Scorch Empress, Velgrynd, the hero of the beginning, Emperor Rudra. Guy said to them and started to ignore them and focus on the fight. Boom. Once again, Luminous was about to ask something, but a loud boom attracted their attention. And that was when the planet was completely destroyed.